All right, boom. So I feel like I'm like a keemstar of this shit, right? Only because like I was so fast to hop on this shit. As soon as I seen she posted this, I was so I'm not even gonna read the comments. I just wanted to see what she had to say. Now, if y'all didn't know, this is Catalina. This is Catalina, the girl who got with her cousin and shit. Cheated on Kenneth, got with her cousin, and all this weird shit. Shout out Kanye West. Hanging with my cousins, reading Dirty Magazine. Like that song. Get my cousin, get my cousin. Like that was her type shit. Yeah, she cheated on Kenneth with her cousin, and apparently this is her truth. So I just wanted to hop on this bit and see why I go on with this shit. So
Hello, everyone. I am here to say my truth and share my story on the things that have been released on the internet and the things that have happened to me.
all
First
right,
and
this is
foremost, I want to
no CPR trained. CPR trained. You see the way she sat down? She's speaking so professional. She said, "Hello, everyone. I want to talk about the things that have been put on the internet about me and speak my truth. That's it." She was so PR trained with that shit. Hold on, she PR trained in that bit.
start off by taking full accountability for what I did.
Word.
I want to start off by apologizing to the person that I hurt the most in this situation, which was my ex. I want to say sorry to my supporters that I disappointed. I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of, and I have to own up to them. To my ex, I'm so sorry for hurting you, and I'm sorry that I did not take your feelings into consideration when I did what I did. But our relationship was not picture perfect as it may seem. I lost
Maybe I'm jumping the gun here, but your relationship wasn't picture perfect, so you cheated with your cousin. Okay, hold on, I'm jumping the gun. I'm jumping the
myself
gun.
in our relationship, and I was in a very dark place at the time when I did what I did. I have to own up to what I did, and I have to take accountability for my actions. And in doing that, I've come to realize that I need help for myself and for all my loved ones around me. I know I've done wrong. I fucked
Why is she cutting the video so much?
up, and I'm taking time away to seek professional help in order to correct my mistakes, reflect on what I've done, and become a better person. But I would still like to come on here to share my story.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all can hear it. I'm Dante. I'm really breaking down this video. I don't know if y'all can hear it. She's how she's about to cry in like every clip, and I think that's why she's cutting it. 'Cause she doesn't want to see them crying. I know this had to be hard as hell for her to make, but also like you fucked your cousin. Like, come on, God. I can't feel bad, guys. I ain't gonna lie. The slander I've been seeing on her, like, and everybody kind of just switching up. And I did make a tweet about this. I want to see if I'm right and if she actually did it. And I'm gonna get into it. Okay, hold on. Let me start yapping. Hold on.
Because regardless, I've done wrong, and I did not have to go down that route, and I deeply regret it. But there's more to my story, and there's a lot of lies and misinformation being spread about me in order to farm more hate and negativity towards my name. And I would like to clear up a lot of things. First,
shorty.
I want to address the note that was released online. I did not have any involvement in creating it or writing it in any way. It was only shared to me. And I also want to make this very clear. I did not have any sexual intercourse with anybody outside of my relationship.
Okay, see, in the beginning, she's talking about she wants to take accountability, but you didn't cheat outside of your relationship. Am I tweaking or she tweaking? Am I tweaking? Also, that note, who wrote it? The cousin? Because eat our body, movie theater fuck, tripod video, all this shit, spitting mouth, nut on face. Like, who know was that gang? Because, cool. Let me start that.
There was a rumor going around that I was cheating my entire relationship, and I've been doing this for months, which is completely false because this is only a recent incident that had occurred. I'm not trying to make anything I've done sound any better, but I think it's important that I share my truth because of the insane amount of lies that are being spread about me on the internet. Firstly, I want to clear up that I wasn't disowned by anybody, and I still have a great relationship with my mother. This was a fallacious rumor that was started by someone that I thought was a friend and is completely untrue. My family does not agree with the choices that I made, but they're standing beside me as I continue to get help and work to better myself. I also want to talk about a stream that my ex was on where he alleged that I did not want to publicly claim him and I wanted to hide our relationship from the internet. But in reality, in the first year of us being together, we actually had a popular couple page. And the real reason on why I wanted to go private was because at the time, I had a lot of people actively telling me to leave him because it was toxic. I also want to make it clear that any cousin or stepbrother or any content like that we made together was his idea and he convinced me to do it. The next thing I want to address is a very serious topic. It is my belief that suicide in any form should be taken serious and never lightly. While I understand the streaming business and the need to say crazy things in order to get clips and impressions,
if you ever think about killing yourself, don't do it, bro. When you lock in.
The thought that somebody's personal struggle with suicide can be used by anybody for jokes and views is disgusting and cruel.
Yeah,
While I've been off the net, it was brought to my attention that the streamer Snowcone made up a false rumor that I admitted myself into a suicide facility in order to get attention from my ex. I was involuntarily admitted into a suicide facility because I was considered a threat to myself. It was a terrible experience and one I would never wish on myself or anybody else. I want to say to Snowcone that while I understand I'm not perfect and I've done wrong, regardless of the mistakes that a person makes, that doesn't give you or anybody else the right to belittle, lie, and create false allegations about somebody's mental health. Throughout all of this, you've lied and made up rumors about me in order to hate farm me and get attention. Even though you
see me personally, we got a box. We got a box personally because you talking shit about me. You telling niggas I did this, I did that. We got a box. I ain't gonna lie. I just been trolling this whole situation. I'm gonna keep it a bug. I still think that's kind of like if I say she's still bad, like is that crazy to say? Like that's.
don't care. I want to let you know that the rumors you created have garnered me more death threats and have made my mental battle that much harder. And that hurts from someone I considered a close friend. Me and my ex were involved in a toxic and abusive relationship.
Abusive?
When I was in love with him, I was blind to the harmful behavior and abuse that was going on. Our relationship was built on unhealthy emotional attachment, and I stayed because it was all that I knew. He was my first boyfriend, he was my first everything, and I met him when I was 18, just graduated high school, and he was 21. There's two sides to every story, and our relationship was unhealthy.
It ain't crazy. Like I'm 22 right now. It ain't crazy, but 21 and she 18, like just fresh out of high school. This sounds like some white scum elderly shit. I ain't gonna lie.
On both ends. And since he's decided to bring my wrongdoings onto the internet, I believe it is only fair that I bring attention to the things that he has done to me because my ex was never a saint like he paints himself out to be.
Oh, nah. She said, you tell people I mess with my cousin, I'm leaking your shit. Hold on.
We had a lot of arguments throughout our relationship, which was normal. But what wasn't normal was the verbal, mental, and physical abuse that he subjected me to. He put me through a lot in the past 2.5 years of us being together. He even forced himself on me at one point.
Oh,
my ex dealt with a lot of anger.
It's raps. Oh my God. T-Banks, Platform Max, anybody that was platforming Kenneth, it's raps. It's so raps. All you guys that were platforming him right after this, yo, the videos are about to be deleted. I'm calling it right now. The videos are gonna be deleted. Oh my God. 5 Star is gonna hate me. Bruce is gonna have a field day with this. T-Banks, oh my God, bro. And everybody was platforming this nigga because they didn't get to hear her side. But this nigga was, yo, this is a bad picture. I'm so sorry, Kat. I did not mean to do this. You looking like, what's that one picture, bro? You kind of giving like Lola Duck, Daffy. I ain't gonna lie though. We should have waited for Cat's story. Cause now Cat's story was out and she's talking about this nigga. SN? Us.
Issues, and he would often use me as an outlet. For example, he would punch things, he would rip wires in the heat of conflicts. He would yell at me when I cried, and he would gaslit me until I believed I was the problem. There were 2 or 3 times where my ex would approach me unprovoked and put me in a chokehold against the wall, and I would tell him to stop because I was scared, and he wouldn't. The next thing I'm about to say are...
Oh, nah, Kenneth, you gotta see me now, boy. You gotta see me now, but... You gotta see me now, boy. What are we talking about? You choking women and shit? I thought she was a weirdo. I ain't gonna lie. She was the weirdo. Kenneth, you choking? Kenneth, you gotta see me now, boy. Hold on.
Serious allegations that I know men often get falsely accused of, but at the end of the day, all I can do is come on here, tell my truth, tell my story, whether you want to believe it or not. There was a time where me and my ex were drinking, and he forced himself onto me. and it hurt, and I cried, and I begged him to stop, but he never did. At the time of my essay,
Why is she changing angles? What the hell? Oh wow, Kenneth, you out, yo, Kenneth. She may be a weirdo, but yo, I don't think anybody in this relationship was like, I don't think anybody in this relationship was normal because he was abusive, punching shit, breaking wires, forcing himself on people, choking people, and then she decided to go link with her cousin. I think in a normal relationship, if she had spoken out, and I get it, girls be scared to do that shit, it's whatever. But I mean, it ain't whatever. But like, I think if she had told her family, I know her cousins or no pun intended, or her brothers or some shit. Because I know me personally, my family would have rolled 10 toes deep. My dogs would have rolled 10 toes deep. Kenneth would even be in GTA. Kenneth would have been gone in GTA. Feel me? Like, but Kenneth, I ain't gonna lie, you gotta see me now, boy. You gotta see me now, boy. We're developing. You gotta see me now, boy. On Grove Street, you gotta see me now, boy.
he was very rough on me, which resulted in me getting a cut on my insides. Luckily,
And you can't lie about shit like that. Shit about that, you can't lie. Because if she actually got that shit looked at and the DNA is there, oh, but she knew there was a cut and you can't see inside. Maybe you could feel it, but you can't see inside. I'm not a girl, so I wouldn't notice. But if she went to the hospital, dang, she should have done a R kit. She should have done an R kit. I can't say the word on here. It's an SA kit. Where pretty much when shit like this happens, you go to the hospital, they do a test and everything. I've seen it firsthand. Trust me. I know people who've gone through this. You see it firsthand. Go to the hospital, do the kit, and then once the kit's done, they say, boom, that's the man them right there. Lock his ass up. Feel me? Yo, she, for her sake, she better have cat for your sake. You better have done that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy.
I was able to take video footage of the blood on the scene and a graphic photo of the damage that resulted.
Oh, hell no. What? On the floor. Wait. So she got the low. This was in Texas. This was the day. This was 2 years ago almost. Why the blood? She didn't blur this. Why the blood on the floor? Boy, I just ate, boy. Oh.
I formed a trauma bond with my ex, which made it hard for me to leave and left me in a cycle of half-hearted apologies that I continue to accept.
Nah, y'all niggas are weird. Y'all are weird. Trauma bond. That's a thing. Trauma bond. Y'all were trauma bond over what? Dang, he SA'd you. You go out with your cousin. You cheated. He SA'd you. He beating you and shit. Wait, what's the trauma bonding? What? I'm like, am I the only one thinking like this ain't weird? Like, I maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm slow. I'm so confused.
This was a memory of mine that was heavily
Why did she
repressed
switch angles again? She's back over here.
because I didn't know how to process it at the time, and I was very oblivious to what a healthy relationship was supposed to look like. After 1 year of mental torment and trying to get my ex to change to no avail, I left.
Let's read. This person on the left is talking to Cat. This person right here, I don't know who this is, but let me read this. Yeah, man. Passed out last night. Cat, give me a brief overview of why you broke up with Kenneth. She didn't blur this out properly. I can still see his name. Goof at. I could tell you, but I finished at 3 a.m. Anyway, so I knew you'd sleep. Finished at 3 a.m. What? And why you not texting them at 8? Yo, niggas be weird, bro. Niggas don't be on their phone like that. He lost a real one because of his problems. He was never able to fix. I was putting 100% of myself into the relationship to fix it. Hold on, let me sound like her properly. And I was putting 100% of the problem into myself to fix the relationship, to fix it, but he 50%, so it didn't work. Despite everything, I loved him and believed in him and gave him my trust and other hopes that he could change, but never will for me. Because soon after I talked, the next day, we had an argument with his stubbornness, held him from being mature. It's just proof he will never change. Not for me, not least while in this relationship. He needs to work alone to see that. So I stood up for myself and broke up with him 2 days ago when we argued again. Holy yap, gang. This nigga's just putting exclamation points. Do it right now when we break up, but I'm dead ass done putting up with your bullshit and your stubbornness. and you in the wrong for this shit, and I'm not putting up with it no more. No more. I having to wait for it. Wait for you to get sleep. If you want to handle the issue between us, so please let me know right now. I'm so genuine. This nigga said, nah, I'm good. You got it. That's how you know somebody upset. Cause that's the shit I be saying. If I'm upset, I'll be saying, nah, I'm good. You got it. Some slight shit like that. I ain't gonna lie. So she said, you can repeatedly hurt me, but you get to claim you love me, right? And you get to claim you tried, right? I can forgive you as many times as humanly possible, and you can remain the same man, right? And you go through hell and back and still be the one to try to repair the shit we had and come back, but I'm the one that doesn't care as much, right? I hope you rot in hell, right? I'm never reading it again. I ain't gonna lie. Um. Okay, so yeah, y'all were both weird as shit.
Here's proof of my ex admitting to.
Oh, more? I started shaking when I seen the text. I started shaking when I seen your text. I still am. She said, good. He said, you hope I rot in hell? I've been in hell these past 11 days and I've been experiencing hell on earth. That's a bar. I ain't gonna lie. She said, good. Yo, she's dry as shit. You know she pissed. He said, I'm just so speechless right now. She said, you should be, nigga. He said, I was just thinking about you and ranting about you. Is you texting me right now? God word? Nah, the devil. She said, I'm the devil. Oh, that's a bar. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe y'all were meant to be there because y'all rhyming and shit.
Anger issues and admit
Bomber? Yo, I'm not reading all that. I ain't gonna lie,
to
guy.
the abuse that led to the fallout of our relationship. I still have the letters that he wrote for me where he confessed to his abuse and
Hold on, I'm going straight to this because this is the first thing that come out. I always try to hit you with no, let's break up, let's continue fighting. I would change or oh, okay. I thought you meant like like Tyson. Feel me?
to the wrongdoings that he
I am
put
not
me
reading all
through
that.
in our relationship. I also have a screenshot of a 20-minute confession where he confessed to his wrongdoings and he made it for me in order to convince me to continue being in a relationship with him. I
Bitch ass cat.
tried to re-access the link in order to showcase the video for you guys today, but it was sent by him and it was privated by him, so I no longer have access to it. My ex often tried to use money as a way to avoid responsibility for his shortcomings.
Roses, will you be my girlfriend again? Hold on. It might be deeper than we
I'm very
thought,
grateful
chat.
for everything my ex bought for me. However, I don't appreciate insisting that I was freeloading off of him when everything he ever did was his choice. And I don't believe a relationship should just be reduced to a list of expenses either. Monetary value does not disregard toxic behaviors. After all of these gestures,
Why is he
I
changing?
took my ex back in February of 2025. And in March of that year, after leaving him from the airport, I was set into a spiral of losing myself and wanting to seek therapy. Here's the video I recorded after leaving my ex.
Like, I just don't know what I'm doing anymore, but like, I feel like I'm losing my mind, bro. And like, I just need to listen and get help.
I've always wondered this. What's the shit on her hair? Like, what's this little twisty thing? Like, what's that hairstyle? And she's Dominican, right? Call me crazy. I still think she's fine as shit.
Other people in my life, or maybe therapy.
Oh, yeah, she crashing out. You can tell she crashing out. So when she speaks, she said, yeah, she crashing out. That's a crash out right there. And when she doing it, she in public. That's a crash out right there. I can tell.
Like, I think like a lot of stuff has been going on, like in my life. Like, I need to stop pretending and not. I'm sorry, this is so like non-descriptive, but I just kind of want to pour everything out because I'm breaking point in my life right now. But it's not your problem at all. At all. But yeah.
My whack ass music in the background.
I need help in that sense. I need to listen and grow and do better.
At the end of the day, I chose to stay in this relationship and I made my mistakes. I regret everything I did and I wish I could take it all back. I never wanted to hurt anybody and I understand how badly I messed up. The only thing I can do from now is take the time to better myself and to heal. The next and final thing I would like to discuss is my mental health.
Well, she didn't bring up the cousin though. She didn't bring up the cousin. I waited 12 minutes for this. And she didn't bring up the cousin. Yeah, she did again.
Throughout everything that has happened, I have come to terms with the fact that I suffer with depression. It's a battle that I've been unknowingly fighting for the past 2 years. I was in denial and blamed it on a lot of other things in my life without fully understanding myself. Mental health is so stigmatized to where a lot of people, including me, do not get the help that they need when they need it, and it can often lead to self-destruction. Throughout the past few weeks, I've attempted to take my life multiple times, and the only reason I'm here right now is because I failed. During this fight, I stopped eating, I stopped sleeping, and I struggled to take care of my well-being. I felt helpless, and every day I would struggle with finding a reason to continue to live. I often felt like the world would be a better place without me. The suicide facility that I was admitted to was an abrasive environment that only made me regress more. In my time there, I met a lot of people that were in worse positions than me, and I learned a lot about the unfair and inhumane treatment that these people receive. And from my experience there and my own personal journey, I've been very motivated to advocate for better resources and more attention given to these people to assist them in getting the proper help that they need. I understand that my actions have consequences, and I also understand how the internet works. So I knew the hate was inevitable, and I have no problem with facing that. However, I do want to remind you guys that I am still a human being, and I don't think anyone deserves the immense cyberbullying and the non-stop death threats that I've received in the past few days. I do believe that bringing all of this to the internet and the way my ex did was completely wrong, and
I ain't gonna lie, I get it, that Kenneth was pissed and shit. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't think everything is for the internet. And if I'm gonna shit on Brawadis as much as I do, because I think she's still corny as shit. If I'm gonna shit on Brawadis, I gotta shit on Kenneth too, bro. Like, not everything's meant for the internet, and I get it, but the way he posted up, set the camera up, maybe if she had thrown the first shot, and maybe I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. If she had thrown the first shot and then Kenneth let me go say some shit, then okay, sure. But you can't just like set up the camera. Now I'm really thinking about it. He set up the camera, and then I spent a whole story time on this shit. I had World Star, I had everybody talking about this shit. Really, it was kind of crazy, honestly. But I see her point. Not everything's meant for the internet, but also like, and Kenneth was kind of clout chasing off of that. Not clout chasing. I'm not saying he was clout chasing. Like, he was already there. Like, he was still doing his thing, but it just wasn't needed. You know what I mean? It wasn't needed. But I'm also kind of like, all this shit, you hate you and everything. You fucked your cousin. Like, how are we not talking about this? I'm so sorry. I'm like, bro, let me show my ass up, bro.
invasive. It felt like a breach in our privacy. I know a lot of people don't believe I deserve the platform that I have and don't think I should come back to the internet at all. I understand. What I did.
What I was gonna say is, she is a human at the end of the day, and as much as I'm trolling, and I'm a hypocrite for saying this, but as much as I'm trolling, she is a human. I don't think the death threats were necessary for all that, if I'm being honest. Like, I think some of y'all be taking it too crazy, but death threats because Shorty said, like, yo, I'm like, because she cheated, like, come on, man. Like, God, that's us as humans. We gotta do better, bro. Like, cheating. Come on, man.
It is undoable, it's terrible, and I can't tell you enough how much I regret it. However, I do want to come back. I do want to be able to use my platform to raise awareness for mental health because I know there's a lot of people out there who are just like me, who are struggling and they don't even know it. I will be back to streaming, and I will be back to doing what I love because at the end of the day, I want to use my platform to help people. And I do believe after I get stronger and I get help, I can do that. To my community and to all my supporters, I'm so sorry I let you guys down. I'm so sorry I disappointed you guys. And if you are still here to support me, thank you. If not, that's okay too. Thank you for your time, and thank you for listening to my truth and my story. This is my experience and the things that I went through in my relationship and in the past 2.5 years of my life.
So what I'm getting is, Kenneth was abusive, he was essaying, he was doing weird shit. She was doing weird shit on top of it. They were trauma bonding over the beatings and the rape, and the essays, the beatings and the essays, the choking, the cheating, the cousin. She never addressed that, so I'm gonna assume she really did it, and that's not something she wants to talk about. And I completely understand. I think it is kind of crazy how everything went down, and this should have been a private situation. Personally, when you take shit to the internet, it's just giving fuel to niggas like me to just react to it. But I don't fuck guys nobody, nigga. Like, who really give a fuck? Feel me? Like, Streamer University 2's coming up, so it's time to make some connections, guys. I'm praying I get him, bro. Oh my god, I'm such a plain ass nigga. Cousin, yeah. I think she reading off a script. She peeping the chat GPT script. Yo, there ain't nothing you can do to fix this. I would be dead ass here. Nobody cares anymore. The bucket list ain't disappearing. I want to know who gave her that list though. She said it wasn't her. Why did you do that in the first place? An apology ain't worth it. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I do. Okay, see, these comments are showing. I'm gonna speak from the bottom of my heart. Cat, I know you probably ain't gonna see this, but if you do, I really want to like, despite all the trolling, take all the trolling away. I think this was some weird shit. Personally, this whole situation was weird. Um, but not real shit. You are a human, and I really hope you do get the help you need. I don't think suicide's ever worth it. I'm a man of God myself. As I said, I troll and shit, but I'm just human. I mess up all the time. But I really hope you do get the help you need. I hope find God during all this too. Like realistically, like during all this, finding God, He's gonna help you. Trust me. You find God in the darkest times, like He will really pop out. You'll see a huge difference. I hope you get the help you need. I hope you don't go back to the suicide route. I really hope you just take the time, take care of yourself, take care of your family, not your cousin. Take care of your family, take care of whoever you guys take care of. And I hope like your family, your real friends, because I seen how fast everybody switched up on you on the internet as soon as this shit came out, like snow cone and everything. Um, I don't know. I just don't really have much to say on this. Like I've never gone through something like this. Like I don't know. I think Kenneth definitely needs to drop a video on his side of the story because I ain't gonna lie, Kenneth, you gotta see me. If this is true, you gotta see me, bro. I don't mess with that hitting woman shit. I don't mess with that choking woman shit. I think Kenneth, you're a bitch. I think anybody that okay, let me speak out my ass for me. If this is true, if this is true, if this is true, Kenneth, you're a bitch. If it's not true, then I take it back. But if this is true, Kenneth, you gotta see me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And I think if anybody decides to platform either of them after the situation, you're really just a weirdo because now that she spoke her truth, it's like look at Max for example. I like platform Max. Shut up, PBM, but you just platform him on a e-dating thing after not knowing his side or her side. T-Bank, you kind of did the same thing. I don't know who else did, but and I know that boy was happy as hell. And I really hope that wasn't the truth. And if they delete the videos, it is what it is. But come on, guys, it's the internet at the end of the day. I don't know. I'm just yapping. But Streamer University too, though. I gotta kill myself. I mean, I gotta. Yeah, I'm just gonna.